Alright everybody, so here we are with Sha'Hala. Okay, now note that this boss guide is going to be for his alternate form. Well, his true form. Okay, it's not just his spectral form, that's a different fight. It's very similar, but it's not quite the same. So we're going to be talking about Sha'Hala, Guardian of Nerud boss fight. Now, a couple things before we get started on this, I'll break down all the moves. But Sha'Hala is here to overwhelm you. Sha'Hala has a lot of attacks, but each and every one of them is pretty basic. Okay? So the thing that makes Sha'Hala a challenge for players is that Sha'Hala will send out multiple attacks at once, and that's what trips people up. It's not necessarily that each of his moves are challenging or complex, it's just that he does a lot of them at the same time, so you have to juggle multiple variables, okay? Another thing worth noting, the Firestorm mod does not work on him. There's like no physical substance for it to attach to on him, so it will just go through him and off into the distance and never do anything helpful whatsoever. So if you have that equipped, take it off. I know it's a great S tier mod for most bosses, but this is one of the very few ones that it just doesn't touch. So I ended up using the corrosive explosive arrows that you get off of Shrewd. Alright, so here we go. Let's break down the fight. His glowing orb that he's holding, that's what you want to be targeting. And real quick, let's cover that move. He has this move, he's going to do it several times throughout the fight, where he's going to send out these hands that shoot lasers, okay? So it's a three-part thing. Part 2 is just a flourish, right? It's really not going to hurt you. Part 1 is a leg sweep that's going to come from in front of you. Part 2 is a flourish, don't worry about it. Part 3 is a leg sweep that's going to come from one of the sides. So here we go, you're going to go dodge, the flourish. I call it a flourish because it's really not that deadly, because it's like bars in front of you. You just need to stand somewhere in between them, and you don't have to worry about it. No problem. So it's dodge, walk between the bars, dodge again. And this whole time we want to be trying to do damage to that glowing orb that he's holding whenever he exposes it. This is just, this attack is really simple, where the hands come up and just shoot the frost things. But now he's going to introduce another variable. He's going to put the lasers on the floor. They have a wider AoE than they look like they should have, so I just back up and dodge on the last wave, and you should be fine. A lot of this fight is about positioning yourself on the battlefield in between dangers, and then dodging the ones that are coming at you directly. So, these purple orbs will mess you up. I think this is probably one of the most dangerous attacks that he has in Phase 1. Okay? They fly all around, and they chase you down, and if you get hit by one, it's going to stagger you. You're probably going to get hit by another. Okay, let's hit this move real quick. The hands come up, okay? Anytime the hands come up like that, they're going to go in a straight line in front of them. We want to stand in between the hands. But then there's one hand that's going to go to the side, and it's going to sweep a laser across the battlefield. So all we're going to do is stand in between the hands and wait for that beam on the floor to come to us, and we'll just simply dodge it. You can neutral dodge it, dodge through it, but don't dodge in the opposite direction, in the direction that it's going, because it will catch you and hurt you. So we stand between the beams, we wait on the laser, dodge through it, but again, this is 3 variables at once, right? You've got the purple bolts, you've got the floor laser, and you've got the lasers from the hands in front of you. So it's just all about positioning and trying to avoid multiple things at once. So once you understand his moveset, it gets a lot easier. When you don't know what's happening, it can be overwhelming, right? It can be a little overwhelming. Here we have a grid, there's the leg sweep, and the second leg sweep, right? That's the first thing we covered. So you just got to get into a cadence of knowing how to dodge that one as well. And then here we go, again, floor lasers and purple bolts. We're just going to run in between in circles, okay? But you do have to manage your stamina. If you dodge too frequently, you're going to run out of stamina pretty quick. Eventually, as you whittle his health down, you're going to get to the point where he gets around half HP, around half health. At that point, he's going to enter Phase 2. Okay, he's going to drop back. This is a good chance for you to run around the arena and pick up any ammo that's laying around. It'll look like he kind of dies. Then he opens up this portal type thing, and he's back, and he's even more angry about it. Yeah, we're just targeting that heart. Now, at this point, he's going to flip over and try and swing with his tail. And it does big damage. So, and it also staggers you. It could cause you to get hit by a second attack. So make sure you try and time that properly. Look for the tail to come down. Don't dodge too early. Leg flourish, or the leg sweep, flourish, leg sweep. I mistimed that one and got hit by the leg sweep. The hand's going to come up and shoot Okay, here we go here. This is important. Okay, this is one of the attacks that he's going to do a lot during the second phase. So you'll notice I got yanked across the arena. He's going to put like this singularity on the arena on one of the sides, okay? And that singularity is going to constantly be trying to pull you in. So you have to manage the singularity, manage the frost bolts that are coming at you, and manage his chest laser, which is shooting at you the entire time. It's going to be slowly working its way across. Again, just don't panic. All you got to do is just keep, honestly, you can just walk. You don't have to continuously dodge roll. You can if you want to try and avoid the crystals. But keep an eye on the crystals. Just walk. And take your time. This is actually, a lot of people think this is time to run, time to be in panic mode. This is actually time to do damage. This is when he's the most vulnerable. This is one of the longest phases in the whole fight where his chest is open for you to damage that crit spot, to damage that orb. Take advantage of it. Right, so I'm just chilling. Okay? I'm not even running to the other side of the arena just yet. Making my way over slowly, making sure I'm dumping damage in. Later in this fight, I'm actually going to activate my my challenger skill, the Berserk, that helps me shoot and reload faster, so I can take even more advantage of that damage phase right there. Because, like I said, people think that's time to run and be scared. That's actually time to do damage. Here comes the tail. I get tagged by a couple things there. Again, that stagger, if it hits you, it's gonna tee you up to get hit by multiple things. I run a very tanky build. Whoop! That was kind of close, actually. So this time, he actually pulls his chest orb out and uses it as the singularity and shoots his little frost crystals out. Again, it's not time to panic. That's time to do damage. Look at that. 1,500 damage there. Beautiful. Love it. Leg sweep, flourish, leg sweep. Easy peasy. We're used to that one now, right? We got that one down. Hands are coming up. Frost crystals are going to be shooting. Again, this is the same thing, right? Where the singularity's on the end. And he's going to be pulling us the entire time into that while shooting his chest laser. But we got to manage the frost crystals. Slowly make your way across. The frost crystals are really just there to scare you. I mean, obviously, yeah, they can hurt you. But they're really slow and easy to avoid. Just keep an eye on them in your peripherals. Look how much damage we were able to do during that phase. Now here come the purple orbs. These things are relentless. Relentless. At this point, this is actually the easiest part, I think. It's just a bunch of lasers going everywhere. You dodge when they get close to you. You've got immunity frames. So, it's no big deal. And the orb is just up there free for you to attack. No problem. The only problem I'm running into is ammo. So I switched to my weapon mods, come up here, grab one more brick, and then we're able to send him. Boom. You go. You got your Void Cinder. And you can take that back to Ward 13 and craft the Aphelion, which is a pretty cool looking gun. Pretty cool looking gun. It's actually, this isn't like a, as far as I understand it so far, it's really good at like ad clearing stuff. Not so much like something you would take into a boss fight, but as you're progressing through dungeons, it can be a really useful tool. There you go. That is Sha'Hala. Hopefully you found that helpful. If you did, feel free to leave a like on it to let me know. Best of luck in your boss fight, my friends. Thanks for watching the video, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.